Yuck. Oh yeah. What's up? Welcome to What's Brewing, where we talk about movies and games every Friday. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share this content. Today, I'm going to start off with games. Martin, what's in the gaming industry today?
Alright, well we got a couple big things. Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct this week. Had a lot of Switch news, which I'm stoked for. You know, I got my Switch a couple weeks ago, and I have fallen in love with that thing. I play it more than I do my Xbox right now. It's just something new. It's neat. Take it on the go. You're at a doctor's appointment, and sitting there in the waiting room playing the Switch. But they've
on the deathbed,
yeah,
play your Switch.
You can do that too. Die with Switch in my hands. Let's see, during the Direct, I mean, there's several games that have already been out on other consoles, but have now been announced for the Switch. I'll go through some of these pretty quickly. Okami HD is now coming to the Switch this summer. No definite release date, just said summer. But they remastered Okami and brought it to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One not too long ago, and I got the Xbox version. Now I kind of wish I would have waited and got the Switch version, because I probably would have played more of it on Switch than on my Xbox. They also released Mario Tennis Aces is releasing June 22nd. It's one of those Mario games, and kind of the cartooniness of Mario Kart. How Mario Kart's a racer, but it's got that kind of edge to it. They've got another tennis game coming out that's all Mario, and got same cartooniness into tennis.
Kind of like the Wii tennis.
Yeah. Well, they've had other Mario tennis games. This one's just the new iteration of it, but you've got all the different Mario characters, Mario, Luigi, Wario, all of them. Next, I wish they would have said something about Mario Strikers. Love that game. That was kind of like the tennis one that they've released, or talking about releasing, but it's soccer. So it's like an arcade soccer game. It was on, I believe, the Wii, and dude, I had a blast with it. I love that game. Another Mario Strikers would be amazing. But anyway, the next ones we got Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is now going to hit Switch, Xbox One, and PC July 10th. Octopath Traveler, which has had a demo on the Switch for a while. Tried to play it the other day, but one of my Joy-Cons was dead. Battery died. I didn't have it plugged in all the way, so I wasn't able to try it out. I cannot wait to get home and try it out.
I'm so scared I'm going to break mine, taking them on and off.
Yeah.
They're so, they feel flimsy, but I mean...
Well, see, like my red one, the one on the right side feels pretty strong, but like if I am holding the left one, which is the blue one, while it's connected to the screen, and like I go up to scratch, I feel like that one feels like it's going to bend more than the red one. Like it's like the red one, I guess, to me, feels a little bit more firm and held on than the left one. So like I have to make a conscious decision. Like if I got a scratch, I set the whole screen down, scratch my head or whatever, then pick it back up, because I'm afraid holding on to one, it's just gonna break.
Okay, yeah.
But so far, I mean, they've been working great for me. I mean, I feel like they're so light, but I feel like I could chunk them across the room and they probably still work. But anyway, the Octopath Traveler, cool Square Enix JRPG, pixel art, reminds me of some of the older Final Fantasy games from Super Nintendo and stuff. Multiple characters to start with, each one has a different job. Primary job, secondary job. It looks pretty cool. It feels like a classic Square Enix RPG. And they have now released it's going to be released July 13th, which is awesome. At first, the Octopath Traveler was a working title. They didn't know if they were going to change that to something else. Some people were hoping maybe it would be a Final Fantasy type game, have Final Fantasy in the name, Final Fantasy Octopath Traveler, or Final Fantasy this.
Yeah.
Because, they got a bunch of Final Fantasy spin-offs. They had, like, the Crystal ones and all that. But
yeah.
But so far, it looks like they're just keeping the name Octopath Traveler. And next, we also got South Park Fractured But Whole is releasing on Switch April 24th. I held off getting it. I rented it from Redbox for a few days to try it out. It was a very fun game. I mean, I laughed out loud playing it. Graphics were great. It had a good... I'm not a big South Park fan. I used to watch it back in the day, but I haven't watched it in years. But this game...
makes you want to go back and watch all the episodes.
The game was amazing, and I liked the superhero aspect. I love being able to make the superheroes. I like the whole red Lego bricks are on the ground and it's hot lava.
Yeah, all the play pretend.
Yeah.
Between the kids.
Yeah, during the battles.
It's great, but it's not for kids at all.
Yeah.
Even though I watched it whenever I was a kid, and I probably shouldn't have, This is
Yeah,
raunchier
yeah.
than the shows.
Oh yeah. But I like, in the bat. I like the bat. I haven't played Stick of Truth. I mean, that came out on 360 after Xbox One was already released, so I never got a chance.
I'm gonna play it.
I know you've got it, and I've been meaning to try that out.
Yeah.
But that one's more of a it's a turn-based battle system, but it's not like Fractured Butthole. Fractured Butthole, how you got to move them to the spaces and then do it. This one's like the straight up. Your character's in a line, they're in a line. You pick whatever moves, and your characters just do it. You don't move around the grid.
Yeah, okay. Like a chess.
So Stick of Truth is just straight up RPG style. You pick your moves,
Yeah.
you go, and then the other team goes. You don't move your characters like you do in Fractured Butthole.
But I heard that the storyline and the comedy is a lot better in the first one.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well, which it's great in the second one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do want to try it, but...
Just to play the storyline.
This, honestly, I'm glad I've held off, because now it's coming out on the Switch, and it's coming out next month.
Yeah.
I'm definitely probably going to end up getting it on the Switch.
Even though I have it on the Xbox, since it's coming out on the Switch, I'm probably going to get it on the Switch, too. Just so I can play it. It's something... I said it a while back.
If they do a trade-in special, you've got it physical.
Yeah. Didn't I say a while back that this would be a great game on the Switch? On the go?
Well, then us both having kids... I don't want to put it on my TV and my 4-year-old daughter walk in while I'm playing Fractured Butthole. But
and my wife hates South Park.
But I can plug in headphones to my Switch and sit there and my daughter walks in the room. I just tilt the screen so she can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely getting it on the Switch. I am excited. It's on there, and with the simplistic cartoony graphics,
it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, it's there. I don't think they're going to have to sacrifice anything to get it on the Switch.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect home for this game.
Yeah. And the Switch keeps getting better, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Games after games after games, and even some games, like I said before, and I'll say again, that $5 game I bought, Earth Wars. I haven't got a blast with it still, playing the shit out of it. It's became the home for indie games.
Yeah.
And like this Earth Wars game,
I need to mess with it.
It's an indie game, but just check the eShops. The eShop's not the greatest if it hasn't just came out. It's hard to find certain games. I mean, your best tool for that would be online, and they'll tell you, and then you have to search by name. Because if it's been out for several months, you're not going to find it. It's hard to find stuff. The eShop is not set up well. It's only set up for new releases or best sold.
Ever since I got my One X, I just haven't really played my Switch. Well, no, I wouldn't say that, because when I got the Switch, I was all over it with Zelda and Mario. But it was like after Christmas break, I put it down, and I've kind of like forgotten about it. Yeah. But now with new titles coming out and stuff, I'm ready to pick it back up. I need to check it more out, especially the eShop and stuff.
And see, with me, a lot of my game time is when the wife, kids, whoever are also in the room. So it's hard for me sometimes to sit down and have dedicated several hours on my Xbox.
Product placement.
Yeah, this way, if they're wanting to watch a TV show, daughter's watching cartoons, or the wife wants to watch something, I can just unhook that Switch off that dock, and I'm sitting there playing a game.
Yep.
So,
my wife likes the Switch. She loved Mario.
I've been playing Mario Odyssey.
Wait, we want to get more games for it, so I know there's like a Kirby game coming out, and we got
out this month.
Luigi Mansion.
I think March 16th, March 17th.
The one that was on the Wii U, was that Luigi Mansion or Part 2?
No, they had Luigi's Mansion that came on 3DS. Then they had the original Luigi's Mansion was on GameCube.
Oh, really?
Which they have announced it's coming to 3DS. It will be coming later this year. Luigi's Mansion remake, the one from GameCube, but it's coming to 3DS. Why did they not pick to bring that to Switch? I do not know. That would have been a perfect home for it. Why bring it to 3DS? I mean, I was hoping...
You send an email to Nintendo.
If Luigi's Mansion was going to be in a conversation with the 3DS, I would have hoped they would have taken that Luigi's Mansion. Was it something Moon? Harvest Moon?
I know what you're talking about.
The last Luigi's Mansion that came out on 3DS, I was hoping if they're going to say something with Luigi's Mansion 3DS, it was bringing that title to the Switch.
Yeah.
Not... We're remaking the original Luigi's Mansion, but we're going to bring it to the 3DS. That's bullshit. Bring it to the Switch. It would be much better on the Switch. That's the fastest growing console in the US.
I really want to see, I want to see them bring the original Mario Brothers. Super Mario 1, 2, and 3 and stuff like that. I want to play those.
They've got a Versus Super Mario Brothers on there. It's like a remix one where they kind of made the... They've placed the enemies in different locations, but it's like the original Nintendo Mario. enemies are placed differently and levels are laid out a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But it's on there, and I think it's like $8. Like it's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
neat. I mean, it's pretty cool. It still has that same 8-bit NES feel.
Okay. Well,
So
I need to check that out.
Yeah. But it's a bummer that Luigi's Mansion is coming, but it's not coming to the console everybody wants it on. It's coming to the 3DS again. So
Why are they still supporting that?
I mean, there's still more people own 3DSs than own Switches still.
Okay.
I mean, it is the best-selling handheld, and in Japan, handhelds are huge. And I mean, Nintendo's a Japanese company.
Yeah.
You know, over there.
But Switch is
do
handheld
great.
now.
Yeah, but 3DS has a better battery life, and it is more portable. I mean, especially most of the 3DS, you know, they close. They have that clamshell. You can close it up, stick it in your pocket.
Oh, okay. It's better portable.
Yeah.
I got you.
Also, real quick, we got the game Undertale, which a bunch of people raved about when it came out. I have not played it, but it is coming to Switch eventually, quote unquote, eventually. No release date, not even a year. Just said it's coming eventually. Little Nightmares is coming to the Switch in a couple of months.
I've heard a lot of things about that.
It looks cool. It looks very neat. It came out on Xbox One. I wanted to get it. They did a sell on it, but now that I've heard it's coming to Switch, that's another game that I feel was perfect on the Switch. I'm going to wait and get it on there. But, I mean, I have wanted it. It's just this cool, kind of creepy claymation kind of...
Side-scroller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it on the Xbox.
They say it harkens back to Limbo, but better graphics. You know, Limbo's just that black-white.
Yeah.
And variations of gray, where this is full color, and it looks like everybody was modeled out of clay.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks creepy. The Switch version will have all DLC. They says it's called the Complete Edition. Everything that's been released for that game is going to be in it. You don't have no season pass, no nothing. It's going to be the whole game.
That would probably be great for Switch.
Yeah,
that's going to be great.
So I've always kind of wanted that game. It looks cool. I've almost bought it a couple times. Now that's going to be on Switch.
What's that other one? Ori?
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah, that should come to Switch.
And well, that's Xbox.
Oh, it's exclusive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's helped fund it. Like Xbox paid for that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's an Xbox exclusive, which they've got Willow of the Wisps or something like that coming out this year. I believe it's a new Ori Willow in the Wisps. I believe is what it's called. Don't quote me on that. I know it's got Willow Wisps in it. But it does come out this year. I never did play the first one. Just when that game came, I saw you had it, and I think I even downloaded it, but
I have it. I didn't even know I had it.
But when it came out, I just wasn't in the side-scroller mood. I wasn't in that into that type of gaming at that moment. I have to be in a certain mood to play a certain game, and at that time, I didn't want to play side-scrollers. I was just playing first-person shooters.
There was a game that I would like to see come to the Switch. It was called The Cave. That was on last gen of Xbox.
Yeah.
Me and the family loved playing that. We could all play together and we'd figure out puzzles.
Yeah, I got that game.
Yeah, it's fun.
It came out. It was one of the games with Gold.
Yeah.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, I beat it a long time. I think I spent like $10 for the game, but it was a lot of fun. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got, they've also announced that a new Smash Brothers game is coming to the Switch this year. No title yet. It's just called Smash Brothers Nintendo Switch.
We were just
the working title.
It was just a tease, yeah.
And during the teaser, they did show the Squidlings from, Squidlings from Splatoon.
Yeah.
Which that is my new addiction, Splatoon 2. I've been playing the mess out of it. It's a great game. It's something I can play with the daughter in the room, and it's bright, vibrant colors. It's a good multiplayer versus game without just blood, gore, and shooting each other. It's really fun, which leads into my next one. That's Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. It's a single-player paid DLC. It's going to cost $20. Comes out this summer. 80 single-player missions and adds Octolings to the multiplayer game as well. So it does seem like it's a big, meaty chunk of game for $20. I'm stoked for that. Like I've been playing the shit out of the Splatoon 2, the original. So adding this expansion, I'm definitely gonna get it. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is coming to Switch May 18th. Came out on Wii U and 3DS. It's that Dynasty Warrior style game, but it's in Zelda, and you're playing as Zelda characters. And since this is going to be on the Switch, the Zeldas and stuff have been updated to Breath of the Wild costumes, not the normal Zelda costume, but Breath of the Wild costumes. But I think it said 29 playable characters. This is also Definitive Edition.
Wouldn't it be awesome if they did Monster Hunter World on Switch?
Yeah, there's actually a company just came out not too long ago. The same people that did, oh shoot. I don't know if the same people that did Shadow of the Colossus or Crash Bandicoot, but one of the people that just did a remake of a game have came out and said on Twitter to Capcom, because Capcom, their main statement was that it would be too much trouble and be too hard to bring Monster Hunter World in its current state to the Switch. They would have to scale it down. They didn't want to do that. So they said that it wouldn't be possible. And this company that is known for doing that has said they would love to do it for Capcom.
Oh, okay.
So they have now came out on Twitter and said that they would be more than happy to work on getting Monster Hunter World to the Switch and working the way that Capcom wants it to work. If Capcom will do it, no idea. But, I mean, if they're wanting to take the gamble, I mean, it's Capcom. It is now Capcom's best-selling game of all time.
Yeah.
It has sold more copies than any Resident Evil, any Mega Man. It is Capcom's best-selling game. So it'd be stupid on Capcom's part to not take this company up on their offer and at least let them try. Pay them some money and say, hey, we'll give you $5 million, try it out. If it doesn't work, we don't pay you anymore. But if it works, then you get X amount off each copy sold, whatever. But that game would be amazing on the Switch.
Yeah.
Dude, I would be playing it. I don't care if I'd have to have 2 separate characters. I'd be playing that all over the place.
Yep.
That game is amazing. But I believe that is all my Nintendo news for right now. But we have also learned that Geralt from The Witcher 3, well, from the Witcher series in general.
Geralt.
Yeah, sorry. Geralt. Are you sure it's Geralt?
Yeah, that's how they pronounce it.
Yeah. But from The Witcher, I always just call him The Witcher. So, even in the game, it's like, Witcher.
Yeah.
But, is appearing in another game's world later this year. Doesn't say what game, just said he's going to be appearing into another game's game world. Doesn't say which one, but now since Nintendo Direct and they have talked about Smash Brothers coming.
I was just about to say that.
It would be kind of cool. I know that's kind of, Witcher's not even on Switch. They don't have any affiliation with each other, but to have them bring Witcher into Smash Brothers, I mean...
That's going to sell it.
Sounds crazy, but they've kind of done it before. They brought Snake from Metal Gear Solid into Smash Brothers. They brought Cloud from Final Fantasy into Smash Brothers. I mean, they've brought these other characters into Smash Brothers. But this is also someone from a mature-rated game.
Well, I mean, Metal
Gear Solid.
Yeah, just don't show blood. I mean, you can still use the sword. And
so that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a cool addition to the Smash Brothers roster.
I really think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Then we also got a teaser on Twitter from Ubisoft that Division 2 is coming. They showed the Division 2 logo and tagged Xbox and sent a thing out saying, we'll see you at E3. So it says that's all they revealed. It's just it's coming. No other information has been revealed, so we will know more, and they will unveil more at E3. So we probably won't hear anything else about the game until then, but they are coming with a Division 2.
I hope it doesn't fall in the division into the Destiny 2 same line,
Well, see, Division, I played the mess out of it when it first came out. Then it was broken. A lot of, just a lot of stuff going on. But then now they fixed it, and it is a fun game again. I mean, I got kudos to Ubisoft for supporting their games year or 2, 3 years after launch.
They're probably, if not the best.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, supporting their games. I mean, their player base drops. Look at For Honor, which just got dedicated servers this month.
Yeah.
So the lagging and all that is, as long as I got dedicated
but
servers,
every time
every
time I go back to that, I try it out. I'm always playing against the computer. I can never find somebody else playing.
But see, even them just supporting a game, when people drop off, they're still supporting it, and slowly, people do start coming back. I mean, Division hit 20 million concurrent, or 20 million unique players or users. They fixed a lot of stuff. I mean, I sign on Division, there's still a crap load of people on that game playing. So I'm psyched to see Division 2 coming. Can't wait to hear more from E3. We've also got Days Gone has been delayed to 2019.
Sucks.
Yeah, I don't have a PlayStation, so I mean I still look into this kind of stuff in news because I think the one game that's going to sell me on a PlayStation is Spider-Man. Once it comes out, I'll probably end up having to choke up that money and freaking
God of War.
Buy it. See, I was never a God of War fan when the other games were out, so That doesn't sell me. Spider-Man sells me.
Days Gone, that's gonna.
And I saw Days Gone, but it's just another zombie game. I mean, we've got.
But it's a little different. It kind of reminds me of like The Last of Us, but with
Yeah, but
zombies.
with what I've seen from it isn't any gameplay that wowed me. It's not something that's like, oh, this is a cool, unique take on it. It's just like, oh, it's another zombie game. Like, we've got State of Decay 2 coming to Xbox One.
Well, here's what's crazy.
May 22nd. They just revealed that release date, and it's
What
only
is it?
State of Decay 2, May 22nd. I think
$30.
$30.
Yep.
That I am more hyped for and more excited for than Days Gone.
Really? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I am excited for State of Decay 2. But what's crazy is that when Days Gone finally revealed their stuff at E3, and they showed all them running zombies, and he's just mowing them down and stuff like that, it was kind of like everyone said, it was like World War Z. They're like storming on top of each other, and they're just piling up.
But from stuff I've also read about it is that horde isn't, you're never going to kill all the zombies. That main reason them hordes are there for you to sink them on your other enemies. There will be enemies that come up and you distract the zombies to them.
Yeah.
While you go somewhere else.
Yeah. Or there's different like storylines too you can take.
Just,
but what I'm saying is that when they revealed that, immediately they announced a World War Z game coming out. And I haven't heard nothing else about it.
No,
I've heard the World War Z game is announced and it's coming. So maybe at E3 this year we'll hear something about it. Since we're not getting a sequel yet. Brad Pitt doing Quentin Tarantino's movie.
Yeah, that's probably still would be better than World War Z too. But
yeah.
But I wouldn't. I mean, I know some people were psyched for this game. I know it did get kind of a lukewarm welcome when it was revealed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just people are getting zombie fatigue. There's just too much
It
shit
is.
with zombies.
Yeah.
Take a break from zombies. But State of Decay 2, I mean, what is it? 4-player co-op. I loved playing the first one. I think it was cool. The only downside of the first one was the real-time stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you had to play it every day. There was, if somebody popped up for help and you did not, you're playing, you got to get off, go to work, take care of your kids, whatever, that mission will not be there when you come back.
Right.
If it says you have 3 hours to do this, you have 3 hours to do that, even if your game's not on. It's not 3 game hours of play. It is 3 hours in real world.
Yeah.
Which I thought was stupid. If a new game came out and I took a 2-week break, I went back, half my people would be dead.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Right. Yeah. I still to this day, man. If we're talking about zombie movies, my go-to, probably my favorites, and it probably will stay my favorite. Remake of Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder should go back to horror instead of the DC universe, which he might now that he's quote unquote fired. They said he stepped away because of his daughter and stuff like that. But I heard that like rumors were said that he actually got fired. But and then 28 weeks later.
Yeah.
Man, those 2 movies, I don't think you can beat.
Those aren't games.
I know.
I mean, some of my favorites as far as games go with zombies are Resident Evils. I mean, the newest one's pretty cool, but that's not really zombie. But take it back to the first couple. I mean, they.
I've never beat them.
So they released the revealed the remake of Resident Evil 2. Remaking it from the ground up. And we haven't heard a thing about it since. Oh, you better find something else soon. It would be nice if it was one of those games when E3 popped up. They get online. Yes, we still been working on it. Here's a bunch of footage, and at the end of that reveal, be like, and it's available now.
Yeah.
Just boom, available now.
That's what would be cool at E3. Do a Super Bowl thing like they did with the Paradox movie.
That's not a brand new game. It's a game that was out on PS1. You've remade it. It's probably not going to be sold for $60. So that'd be the perfect game to just release right then.
Yeah.
Right then. As soon as you say something about it, you reveal all this footage, get people hyped that are watching it.
You can make some sales that way.
You can buy it right now.
Man, you'll make some sales like that.
And people are going to impulse buy because they just watched all this amazing footage you showed. And then you tell them, oh, and by the way, you can buy it right now. Then they're going to be like, oh, shit, and go buy it.
Yep.
You're going to get them impulse buyers that buy the shit out of it. I'm going to be one of them.
Probably, yep.
Because Resident Evil 2 was one of my favorite Resident Evils. I played it on PlayStation 1. I played it on 64.
I remember playing all of them. I don't think I ever beat any of them until Resident Evil 5. I think that was the first one I beat.
And that was one that was less horror and more action.
Right, and then Resident Evil 6 came out. I lost interest right off the bat.
That one kind of sucked. It's just they should have focused on one story instead of 5 stories.
Right, but I say I took a year or 2 off or whatever. I decided to get it again because it was cheap at GameStop or whatever. I tried it again. I was hooked. I was like, oh man, this is
I
a
mean,
lot
the
of fun.
mechanics and stuff are still fun. The stories are half-assed.
Yeah.
Because they spread themselves too thin trying to focus on too many stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
And weaving them in. But Resident Evil 5, I love that game. I don't care how much people hate on it. I think that was one of their top selling Resident Evil games. The mechanics, the gunplay, everything was awesome.
Yeah.
It still had some jump scares and stuff. I mean, but that's when they took it more in the action role. But that was my favorite one to play. I didn't get into Resident Evil 4. I know that's some people's favorites. I didn't get into it.
I never played it. I always said I was going to buy it and everything, but every time I look at gameplay, I'm like, it probably would have been fun back then, but I feel like I would lose interest real quick and I'd waste my money. I probably wouldn't ever finish
Well, then
it.
you're going to, the whole premise is you're going to save the president's daughter from this, like, cult or whatever, which ends up being kind of the same thing as the enemies in Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
They're not zombies, but they got that shit in them. Ouroboros virus.
But see, everybody's doing their own spin. It's like so many games. They're not called zombies, but they're called like what are they called in the
clickers, freakers. I mean,
yeah, the undead or the walkers or Now the Walking Dead game looks pretty cool. I heard that's going to be a good one.
But yeah, in the Resident Evil 4, it's babysitting. Like you're babysitting a girl, like she gets taken a lot. That's what turned me off. You're fighting people, and all of a sudden it's
kind of arcade.
A dude comes and grabs her and takes her away, and then you gotta shoot him and save her. It's just I don't want to play a game about babysitting a kid, a helpless person.
Yeah.
That's why Resident Evil 5, that your co-op player was fully functional. They would take care of themselves.
Honestly, man, I loved Resident Evil Revelations.
I haven't played that, and that's on the Switch now too. So
those are awesome, man. Try them out.
Yeah, they got Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 on the Switch, and 2 was just on sale, I think, for $15.
Oh man, I didn't know they were on the Switch. Man, that's so great games.
And then we've also got Fable Fortune is now out, and it got a 7.0 from IGN. It's a card, one of those they call it CCGs, collectible card games. I'm not going to play it. I'm not one of them card game persons.
Me either.
I tried Hearthstone. It was fun for the first 15 minutes, then I got bored with it. Like, it's just, I'm not into those card games, so I'm not going to try it, but they did say it's decent. It's just more linear than the other options that are out there to pick from. And the card deck, there's not as many cards as the other established people, but it's still a good unique take, still has that Fable comedy in it, all that. So if you're into that and you like collectible card games, try it out, I guess. That leads into our next thing. Valve has now stated, actually Gabe Newell from Valve has stated that they're going to start making or shipping games again. That they have not released anything about any of the tent poles that people wanted to make. Then no Half-Life 3, no Left 4 Dead, no Portal, none of that stuff. Their first game that they are coming out with is called Artifact. And again, it is another collectible card game based on their Dota franchise, which is their MOBA. It's based on Dota and Dota 2. And it will not be free to play. You will have to pay for this card game, or most of them, Hearthstone, I believe Fable Fortune, the Witcher one, are all free to play.
Yeah.
You just pay money for card packs, which you can also unlock while playing the game.
Yeah.
This is not free to play. You will have to pay for this game. I could care less. I just said, I want to play a card game. I want physical cards in my hand. I don't want digital cards on my phone or my TV.
I see it like on Twitch, man. They're pretty popular.
Yeah, I know. And I just, I got into Magic when I was younger, and I did like playing it, but I liked having those physical cards in my hand, you on one side of the table, me on the other, interacting that way.
Yeah.
That's different.
It's like playing a board game on digitally, too. Like, I mean, it's fun.
But see, I would just rather play the board game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the same thing with me, but I mean, if that's what you're into and you're a Dota fan, then boom, you've got this now collectible card game option. Like
It'd be crazy if there was like a Ouija digital board game.
Oh man, what was that game? I think it was
supernatural shit happening.
Grimestone. Dang it. There was I got it on my phone somewhere. There was this board game that I heard another podcast talk about. And while we're talking about that real quick, I just wanted to bring it up because it was a board game, and it was an insane board game. Let me see if I still have it up.
Shall I pause the video?
Nah. I don't see it, but anyway, there was this other board game. It was like a Grimestone. But it was a $140 board game. The guy is Justin from GameScoop,
Yeah.
IGN was talking about it. $140 for this board game, and it's a persistent board game. Like, and the way he described it was like an RPG. You're playing on, on your Xbox or PlayStation. Your character levels up, and when he levels up your attacks, which are cards. You got cards that are your attacks and spells. Those level up, and when they level up, the game comes with stickers that you then stick to the stickers that you put on your cards, which sounds blasphemous because also now you've just permanently altered that card by putting that sticker on it or whatever. And then, but you play on the board game where there's dungeons, and when you hit a dungeon, you pull out, I guess, certain cards. I don't know how it quite works, but once you beat this dungeon, it unlocks the other dungeons on the board game, and you put stickers on those dungeons. So you're kind of messing up your board game, but at the same time, someone asked him, what happens if, I come to your house and I want to start, and you can play this whole board game single player. It's like and it's cooperative, so up to 4 people cooperative, or single player. There's NPCs, all kind of stuff. And he said, well, if you come over and you start a game on my board, you just play it with the way it already is. It's a persistent game, so when somebody plays it and changes, opens these dungeons or whatever, then that person just comes in and plays on your altered board.
Right.
So you altered the gamescape. You altered the landscape of the board game.
Mm-hmm.
And as you play and you level up and you do these milestones for your characters, once you beat that, your character gets retired and becomes like once that character gets retired, there's some extra cards you put in and it's weird, but I was like...
You lost me.
It's some weird, it's some weird stuff. Sorry about
Yeah.
this off-topic rant, but I was like, dude, everything you just described for a board game, I could be playing on my Xbox.
Yeah.
It sounds cool.
Fortnite.
But why can't why wouldn't I just play an RPG on my Xbox than do a board game like that?
Yeah. It just seems too much work. And then you got so many things
it's too
like
complicated. In a game, you got menu systems, you got tutorials, you learn because you're playing, having cards in your hand and then, just holding cards and
it's
nothing
hard to get
moves.
people all together too. Like especially the older you get, it's harder to get more people together.
I bought one called Pandemic that was about viruses and stuff, kind of like Division.
Yeah.
Dude, that game was complicated as shit. Like, it took us, me and Josh had to sit there, Josh, had to sit there for 2 hours.
That's what I call him.
Yeah,
Jesus.
we had to sit there for 2 hours just to learn the directions of the game.
Yeah.
That wasn't even playing, that was learning.
Yeah.
But anyway, off the topic of board games, I went on that little side tangent there. But, alright, we're done with those. Okay, we got PUBG is now the 3rd largest selling game in the Steam history. I mean, that's pretty awesome. But I do know there have been some articles come out that their player base has been declining while Fortnite is still rising and getting higher. I mean, PUBG with their cheaters, their glitchiness, the jankiness, like they're not fixing it in an appropriate amount of time. They're losing players that are going to Fortnite. I still have a few friends, I still, like him was a PUBG player, now he's Fortnite.
I'm all about it. With that Season 3 update, I'm sold, man, because I'm like, I love the progression system. I love everything that comes with it. It's fun. It's lighthearted, it's fun, and the mechanics are so much better. I like PUBG.
When I got here today, you were playing with your son
upstairs
and you were downstairs and y'all were playing together. It was a game you could play with a kid.
Yeah, it's for everyone, but it doesn't feel like it's a kiddie game either.
Oh, it's got depth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to play and get in, hard to master.
But
it's one of those types of games.
Right, but it's also a game that's constantly... I mean, I'm talking about like every day or every other day, especially every Thursday, there is a new... Every Thursday's got a big update.
New patch, new update.
Yeah, but every day it seems like there's something new for this game, and I love it, man. With PUBG, I know they had a new update here soon. I haven't turned it back on.
Theirs are very sparse. They're not, like, Fortnite is literally every week. PUBG takes forever, and they'll add some stuff or fix this item, but they're still not fixing the root of the problem in most players, the jankiness, the frame rate stutters, the disconnects, like, the stuff that is the main issue is still not quite fixed.
Fortnite's 60 frames per second.
It's perfect. I've never gotten booted out of Fortnite the few times I played it.
Right.
Ran smooth, seamless, never got kicked.
Yeah.
But PUBG, black screen, cut out, booted.
Yeah.
I freaking got stuck in a couch for 3 minutes one time because I went into a room and nothing. It was just an empty room, and then all of a sudden the couch appeared out of nowhere and I was stuck in the middle of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of times I got stuck and I was just like, I had to lay down to get back up.
Yeah.
And man, it was just like, oh my god.
And I still got a few friends that are stuck on PUBG because of the realisticness of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not cartoony, or because, this, that, vehicles. I mean, it is. They're not apples to apples. I mean, they are very similar, but they do have some stark differences. But I still got some hardcore friends of PUBG, but a lot of my friends list I see now that people that were playing PUBG are now Fortnite.
Yeah. I mean, just Fortnite's where it's at. Plus, I mean, for one thing, it's going to get people because it's free.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want extra, and you want extra progression, challenges, and characters, and skins...
Buy the bundles and packs.
You got to buy the season. I mean, I think they last like 60 days. So, like, when this 60 days is up, I'll probably have to buy another... I think there's like 2 different ones, like Battle Pass 2. The next one will be a Battle Pass 3, which will be like $15. You'll kind of get the basic. But you
bought it. So, say if you don't finish everything by the end of this, then you just lost out on that, or you get it? Or...
No. It goes with you.
Okay.
It goes with you. It goes forward. So this is... Maybe PUBG is better on PC. I've heard that, and maybe that's where it's at, but I'm not a PC player, really.
I've heard it is better on PC, but, I mean, I'm a console gamer.
Yeah, I am too. So, I mean, that's just where it's at right now, but I'm telling you, man, Fortnite is taking over. And this is just the dawn of the Battle Royale. They're calling it BR. So, not to get it
Battle Royale.
BR,
Yeah.
It kind of sounds the same. Battle Royale modes, I mean, you got so many games.
You got Call of Duty and Battlefield coming out at the end of this year. I wonder if they've incorporated any of this in. I mean, which, if you're watching this right now, the Outbreak has released on Siege. I need to try it out. I just remembered that.
I tried it.
I do know you don't need Gear 3 or any of that.
No, you don't.
You can still play it.
It's only for a limited time.
Yeah, it's just this
I don't
month.
know what's up with that.
Yeah, it's just this month or something like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
But I'm going to let you know right now, the graphics, the frame rate, all that stuff is lower than the base game. It kind of looks dated a little bit, but it's still fun.
Alright, next topic, Sea of Thieves beta for you Xbox One and PC gamers is going on right now until Sunday, 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific is when it ends. They said this is the biggest beta yet. They added the merchant faction in, so now you've got the gold people faction, merchant, like they've added all the factions in. They've added the skeleton outpost. Like they said, if you're sailing around, you can see a skeleton in the clouds up in the air. That's an occupied outpost by skeletons. You can go kill them and get it's high risk, high rewards, but that's like the thing in the game to make multiple ships. That's what their Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
That's their hope, is to make the multiple ships that always fighting each other. You see these skeletons in the air. This ship and this ship could work together to kill these people to get the rewards and then fight each other. But it's supposed to help bring multiple ships together to fight this one common enemy.
Man, I'm so excited for Sea of Thieves, man.
They said it's the biggest beta yet. They've added all this extra stuff in. It comes out this month, the 20th. So if you are curious about it, it's an open beta for everyone. You just download it and hop in.
Right now?
Right now. Until Sunday.
When's this
There's
video
just so
over?
many things, man. You got Sea of Thieves. You got the Outbreak with Rainbow Six. It's like, dang, I got home. I want to go home and play 3 different things. Sea of Thieves is very much timed. It's till Sunday, so I'll probably hop in on that one. We've got Battlefield 5 has announced or rumored. I don't think it's quite announced by them. It's announced by a source that it will have co-op randomly generated conquest missions. So I guess it's just a randomly generated missions, and it's a co-op play. And it is also announced that the campaign will follow the similar template as Battlefield 1. Those vignettes, smaller, mini campaigns tied into one main campaign. Going back to the co-op, they have not confirmed anything with split screen. So not sure if it's going to be couch co-op or online co-op.
Probably going to be online.
So, I mean, with the graphics, I don't see it being
I wouldn't want to
screen.
I wouldn't want to play a split screen. I mean, split screen is just so, like...
Yeah, some people still love it, though. Like, I mean, when Halo was always known for split screen. When 5 came out and it didn't have it, I mean, people were pissed off.
Yeah.
Because that was the history of Halo, was being able to sit down in a room with a buddy and let's play this campaign.
Did anybody even know about it before it came out?
Yeah, they knew they released that it wasn't gonna be
okay.
split screen, and people threw a fit. And then their competitor, which is my choice, but Call of Duty Black Ops 4, they have announced it will be Black Ops 4, and it releases October 12th, 2018.
That's earlier than usual.
Usually November.
November 3rd, November 5th.
End of October, beginning of November, so it's releasing a little bit earlier. I'm sure that has something to do with Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption's the end of October. Like, Red Dead Redemption's...
Oh, yeah, it's got to.
Yep, Red Dead Redemption's hitting where...
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption's hitting where Call of Duty used to. So they have to get away from that.
That is a long-anticipated game. They don't want to miss out.
Yep. So, I mean... I'm curious, are they going to continue on this futuristic slope with people with mechanical arms, legs, all this stuff? Are they going to bring it back to the first Call of Duty, Black Ops, back to the Vietnam War type stuff? I don't know. I mean...
If they do futuristic, they're shooting themselves in the foot, because that's what everybody went to World War II.
I mean, Titanfall did it great.
Yeah.
But Black Ops 3, I did enjoy it. That was, out of the futuristic ones, like... Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3 was the better.
Yeah, yeah.
But people are having
multiplayer-wise.
but they're having future fatigue. We're tired of this. Come back to present day, or go back into the past. But get away from the future.
Yep. I agree with that. I mean, World War II, it's been great. I know a lot of people are starting to fall off now. I mean, I know Fortnite's part of it.
But I still got friends that are dedicated to it that love it, and. I mean, one of them, if he wasn't on PlayStation, I mean, my tattoo dude that does all my tattoos plays it on PlayStation, and he was late to the game because he was a Destiny fan.
Yeah.
And he got burned on Destiny too, just like I did, and he went to Call of Duty, and he can't stop playing.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I still play. I just got the new DLC, the Resistance DLC or whatever.
Yep, that's what he was playing.
So.
But anyway, that is all I have for my gaming news for today. I've got a few items here that I have hand scribbled at the top of my paper for movies, because I am a layman when it comes to movies. We got the master over here
I wouldn't say a master.
that knows more about it than I do.
Well, basically, we're going to get into Oscars talk in a minute. Oscars was this week. It was Sunday. We're not going to go through everything of who won and who didn't win and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to touch on the basis. But first up is what's released this week is Strangers 2, Pray at Night. It's a long-awaited sequel.
I love the first one.
Yeah, Strangers was one of my favorite films. They say it's inspired or based on a true story, but it's very loosely based. Yeah. It's kind of loosely based on the Manson murders and stuff. It's got more positive reviews than negative, and I heard that the only real negative I've heard from anybody is really... I haven't seen the film yet. I'm going to go see it this weekend. I'll have a review up on my channel later. The only real negative I've heard about it is the characters. And the first two, Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman, you care about their characters.
Yes.
You care about their relationship. How are they going to get out of the situation? That's what was... It was terrifying. With this new one... It's like a whole family. It's a mom and dad, a daughter. They're taking their daughter and son to boarding school or something. Yeah, I heard that they're kind of like, besides the daughter, which is what's her name, Bailey something. She was the little girl in one of the, I don't know, one of the Adam Sandler movies. I can't remember what it was. Just Go With It. I think that she was a little girl in that movie.
You're going to say bedtime stories?
No. Just Go With It. I think that's the one that she was in, but now she's all grown up. Beautiful actress. I think she's our final girl in this film, but I heard that this movie falls in the category as, instead of the first one feeling kind of original, even though it's a home invasion movie, just the way it was orchestrated and it was original.
No, she's also in Bridge to Terabithia. Brothers.
Yep. And she's in that one...
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark?
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. She's in that.
And you were right. Just Go With It.
Just Go With It. Okay. I knew it was one of them Adam Sandler movies. They kind of blend together.
She's 18 already.
Yep. But she's like the bad girl or whatever, and she's having to go to boarding school, and then they stop by this trailer park, and they check in for the night, and they the strangers appear. So and the girl comes up, is Tamara home and all that kind of stuff, and then chaos ensues.
Is it always like they're looking for
Tamara.
someone that's not? Yeah, the person.
They're always looking. They're always is Tamara home. That's just their like little thing.
Yeah.
But I heard that there are certain like shots that is amazing. Like some of the color, some of the tension, some of the kills is like really like it takes it to the next level. And I heard it has like a little 70s, 80s, late 70s, early 80s vibe to the film, which is really cool. Like some of the soundtrack and stuff.
See, I like some of that because nowadays with all this technology and stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, some of this would be kind of believable with modern technology nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you had some kind of, Wi-Fi jammer and cell phone jammer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to bring it back to that time where there wasn't all this stuff, it makes it more believable and incorporating, what was that movie? Pulse?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of these stupid movies that incorporate...
Supernatural shit.
Well, that incorporate technology. The ghosts are on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And all this dumb shit. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Friend request.
Like,
that was another one.
I like stuff in 70s, 80s, and early 90s.
Yeah.
Like, that's the prime
And-
time frame for horrors.
And the main thing is, like, you don't want to know the motive of the killer. That's what's scary about it.
It's chaotic. It's random.
They're doing it because you're home. Why'd you do this? Because you were home. It was just a random act of murder.
They just randomly picked a house. That's
scary.
what makes it more terrifying than anything else, is because it wasn't somebody they knew. It wasn't somebody they wronged or somebody that wronged them. It was just a random act that could happen to anybody.
Yeah, and in The Strangers, I remember being in the theater and just being like, oh my god, the tension, the suspense was just so on point. It was amazing.
Didn't one of them shoot the other one's friend? Like,
yeah, because they thought it was the killer
yeah.
or whatever. But that was an intense moment too. And the guy was like coming up behind him with the axe, like real slow. He didn't know he was behind him. Just the way it was shot, it was amazing. And it was low budget. It was great.
but it didn't feel low budget.
Right. But I heard this new one falls in some categories as some cliches as far as I saw like a behind the scenes where it looks like she like jumps in the back of a truck and is like go go go, and he's trying to swing the axe at her. That reminds me of the end of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, where she jumps in the back of the truck and he's trying to get her with the chainsaw,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, okay, so they're kind of doing throwbacks to 70s and 80s horror films, but I heard that the way that it's shot is beautifully done. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I don't know if there's going to be any survivors, because in the first one, you think Liv Tyler lives, but I doubt she does. She's definitely not in this one, so I guess she didn't. Another thing that's being released this week is Disney's A Wrinkle in Time. I don't know much about this film. It's getting a lot of mixed reviews. Disney live action is hit or miss for me. These new remakes of the originals are great. Some of these new stories, like what's that movie, The Tomorrow, with George... Tomorrowland. That everyone was hyped for because it was the director of The Incredibles doing that film. It got shitted on.
Yeah, no,
it got shitted. It was just a very mixed bag. It wasn't exactly what we thought it was going to be. Wrinkle in Time, I don't know if it falls into that, but I heard that this was a hard book to adapt to screen. So, I heard that kids will like it, but us as adults probably wouldn't find much enjoyment in it. So, wait for Redbox. Wait. If my kid wants to go see it, I'll take him and go see it. I don't know if I'd go see it, with the wife or something like that. Another one's called Gringo. It's got Charlize Theron and Edgerton.
That's not the Sean Penn one, is it?
What?
Is it Sean Penn? No, is it Sean Penn?
No.
The one that Charlize Theron was doing, and they split up or broke up or whatever. There was a movie that she was doing. Was it? I believe it was Sean Penn, but there was a movie she was doing with her significant other, and they were going through a bad breakup and were breaking up, and the movie got put on hold or something.
I don't know.
Man, I can't think of it now. Shit, I wasn't sure if this was that movie.
This is about them trying to send this guy to Mexico to sell their marijuana drug, and he gets like kidnapped or something, and he's trying to get back, and I don't know. I don't know. The movie looks like I'm gonna have to hear reviews before I go see this film. It looks like it probably should have been a Netflix film, And then there's the Hurricane Heist. That's like the director of the Fast and the Furious, which is basically, it looks like just a crazy car action movie heist film, kind of like Fast and the Furious, but in the middle of a hurricane storm. Looks kind of crazy. I don't know if I'd spend money to go see that as well, but I have to hear some more reviews on it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be dumb entertainment, but maybe entertainment.
Yeah.
You know? But
Yeah,
the
I
hurricane,
think so.
I haven't heard nothing on it. Nothing.
I haven't either. That's why I was getting confused. The one I was thinking of was the Last Face. The Last Face in South Africa.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
It was Charlize Theron and Sean Penn and Luke Tenz as they filmed reshoots for The Last Face in South Africa 2 months after she called off engagement.
Oh, wow. So that's why it's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it went through a little bit of a hiatus.
She found out he was cheating.
Because, yeah, probably.
Or she was cheating.
I've got a few things real quick, because before we get to the whole Oscar stuff, we've got WB's doing, the Joker origin movie. They have said they're going to do an origin movie on Joker, and they have now they've signed, Martin Scorsese as executive producer on this movie, and it's also saying it will be set in the 1980s. Like I said, it's an origin story of Joker, and that he is probably going to be a failed comedian.
Like the Killing Joke.
Like the Killing Joke, set in the 1980s. His origin is a failed comedian. And we also got, speaking on the comic stuff, that's kind of what I watch, what I'm into. But Winter Soldier will not be Winter Soldier for the Infinity War Avengers movies. He will be the White Wolf. He has dropped the Winter Soldier. Apparently he has become the White Wolf. And that White Wolf, I looked it up on, actually Googled it to see who that person was, and it has a lot to do with Black Panther and Wakanda. So they feel like with him becoming this White Wolf character, if Chris Evans. Chris Evans is going to stop being Captain America. People were thinking, well, Bucky or Winter Soldier was going to step in. Sebastian Stan would step in and be Captain America. Well, now him being the White Wolf, which is a dominant character in Black Panther, people feel like that has kind of set him off track to be the successor. So now people are wondering, well, Anthony Mackie in the Falcon, which also happens in the comics. I mean, Winter Soldier in the comics does become Captain America. Then Captain America comes back. Then Falcon becomes Captain America after that. So now they're wondering, Chris Evans' contracts are up. He's talked about hanging the shield up and kind of being done with it. Just like Robert Downey Jr. has talked about being done with Iron Man.
When's his contract up?
Not sure on that one. I think the same time. I think the end of these Avengers movies. I think the end of Infinity War Part 1 and 2. So we might be looking at a shake-up in this cinematic universe. Both of them, two main characters, the ones that help push this, might be gone. Are they going to continue to carry on? Not sure, but now it looks like Winter Soldier will not be the successor for Captain America if Chris Evans leaves. And then we've got Netflix signed deal with Deadpool creator. I have no idea what Extreme Universe is. No idea. I know Marvel and DC, but Extreme Universe is another comic book collaboration or comic book series. 6 comics. It's created by the creator of Deadpool. And Netflix has now signed with him to do the movie franchise. Which means there will be multiple movies in this universe. And it's supposed to have that similar dialogue and similar, I guess, dark comedy as Deadpool.
Okay.
So they said it will be very much in the vein of Deadpool. It is very similar to Deadpool. It's just this guy's own take on it. Netflix picked it up.
Okay.
And then Netflix also has Luke Cage Season 2 out June 22nd. Jessica Jones Season 2 out now. And that's I wanted to get that in before we hit the Oscars.
The Netflix stuff. Before we hit the Oscars, I got Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3 is out right now. And if you haven't watched Season 1 or Season 2, what are you doing with your life? Because it's fantastic, especially if you're a fan of this material.
I just couldn't get into that comedy and horror stuff.
Bruce Campbell just kills it, man. He's awesome. But Season 3 has been hitting a ratings decline right now. So if you want to support this film, get Stars and start watching it, because this might be the last season if we don't see a change. I prefer to just get another film. I'd like to have another movie. It started to lose a little bit of my interest in season 2 because it felt like the same kind of like, okay, I'm ready to do something else, you know. Like, I know the comedy doesn't hit for everybody, but I mean, he's like, when I started watching season 3, it kind of got me back on board because I was like, the way they started it, it was kind of cool. Now you just, well, spoiler alert, you find out he has a daughter. It's pretty cool how that happens. But yeah, so if you want to support Ash vs. Evil Dead and you want more of that type of content, go ahead and subscribe to Stars and get your watch on Ash vs. Evil Dead, I guess. Next, we're gonna go. Well, before we get into Oscars talk, I want to talk about a movie I watched last night. It's a guy I know. He's a local rapper, filmmaker in the area. His name's Muck Sticky. I went to the test screening last night, and it's called Dig That Zebo Newton. I'll leave a trailer in the description below. Just anything that you could do to just push this video, share the video, whatever you can do. There's other local rappers from Memphis area that's like Little White, Fraser Boys in the film.
They're in it.
Yeah, Jerry the King Lawler is in it. Jerry the King Lawler plays the sheriff in the film, and yeah.
What's it about?
It's it's about Zebo Newton is just kind of like this, kind of like a outcast. He gets fired from his job, kind of like a more southern take on a Joe Dirt. I guess that would be his character. He's kind of like, he's kind of awkward, he's quirky, and he gets fired from his job. He's down on his luck. There's these hillbilly families in this area that's like they're bullies. They'll go around to the local shops, steal money, beat up people. They're just causing all kinds of chaos across the town, and they kidnap Zebo Newton. Well, he breaks out and finds out all kinds of stuff. I don't want to give away the whole movie, but basically it's kind of like him finding himself and also discovering the
Does
secrets.
Have a more serious tone than Joe
Nah.
Dirt, or is it a straight up comedy?
It's both. I would say it's drama comedy. I would say that.
Dramedy.
Dramedy. Yeah, and it's an independent film, but it's good. It's good, and Muck Sticky's a great guy, and he deserves a lot of love for the things that he does, because probably one of the best
Wasn't it
dudes
36
I've ever
or
met.
something like that? They did like a kind of indie film back in the day.
What?
36 Mafia. I thought they had.
Oh
like,
yeah. They
kind
had
of
some
indie film type.
Yeah,
film.
they did some stuff.
I did not like that one.
Yeah. This is totally different than that. And
I hope so.
and it didn't really have anything raunchy or anything. I think it was kind of like family friendly, for the most part. But yeah, it's not a final product right now. You can see the trailer on YouTube, but yeah, it needs some love, needs some support. So yeah. So on to the Oscar talks. I know there's probably been a lot of videos about the Oscar talks and everything. I'm just gonna go through a few of the main ones. Everyone knows Shape of Water won Best Picture. Guillermo del Toro is a terrific director. I think this is long overdue because a lot of his films are terrific. I know a lot of people were mixed on Crimson Peak. I loved Crimson Peak.
I still need to watch it.
Thought it was beautiful. I thought it was great. It felt like almost like a Tim Burton feel to it. I was like, man, it was like a gothic romance horror drama. I can't really put my finger on it. It was just really well done, especially the visuals. But what's crazy is that Guillermo del Toro was signed on to do part of the Dark Universe for Universal.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
And they pushed him away, and they didn't want his vision. And then he went to go make this that kind of had the Creature from the Black Lagoon character in it. And they even referenced the Creature of the Black Lagoon in the film, and it wins Best Picture. So it's like, boom, Universal.
Yeah.
Fuck your Mummy movie.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We were talking about that just the other day. That Pig and Dracula Untold, and then they wanted to reboot it again after that one and did the Mummy, and now they're talking about either rebooting it again or doing something different. They should have started with the lesser known thing that hasn't been done in a while, which would have been Creature of the Black Lagoon. But now, if you do it, you're going to be copycatting Shape of Water.
Yeah, and Mummy was too soon. we're coming off of Brendan Fraser's Mummy that is
yeah,
being
but they're
loved.
supposed to be different. I mean, that Mummy was different than the original Mummy. And
Right. I know.
The Universal Mummy was supposed to be.
They just should have picked. They should have picked something we haven't seen in years.
but this Mummy is supposed to be totally different than that Mummy, like altogether. Like
I know.
theirs.
I know.
But yeah, having those Mummy
They
movies.
should have started off with Mummy.
No. And then they should have started off with Dracula. And I mean, you did have werewolf, because they did try with Dracula Untold and it didn't work. Then you've also had werewolf movies in the past, you know, with
Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro's and Anthony Hopkins.
You hate me if you want, man. I enjoyed that film.
But they've done that stuff, and then you just had Frankenstein with
Victor Frankenstein.
Yeah, Victor Frankenstein with James McAvoy.
Abbavoy. What's his name?
McAvoy. And Daniel Radcliffe.
I
mean, these movies have just started have popped out. So a fresh take, if they should have, like you said, should have done it instead of The Mummy, would have been Creature of Black Lagoon with
or Invisible Man.
Well, I mean, even with Hollow Man and stuff, that's been done kind of recently.
But it wasn't really Invisible Man, though.
Yeah,
and that was so long ago.
Still in the 90s.
Yeah, but it wasn't a franchise or anything.
It's one of them cult classics, so.
Yeah.
That would be a good next book.
I think that another one that would have been good, if you don't want to do Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. Do a Bride of Frankenstein.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type thing.
Yeah,
because I mean, the only thing I've seen with Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, I know. Victor. No. Van Helsing.
Yeah.
At the beginning, remember him fighting?
Yeah, that's still around the same time as the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different takes with Universal goes with these films, and they're not going to give up the rights, but they need to find the right tone. They need to stick with it, and they need to not rush anything.
And they need to pull one from their 30s and 40s. Pull something from your back catalog that hasn't been done again. And make it like we talked about. Make it darker.
Yeah.
Grittier. I mean, it can have some action in it, but it doesn't need to be an action movie. We want horror. We want suspense. We want thriller.
Yeah, I would like to see this, but I would like to see just a more darker, more serious tone, and it would just maybe a flashback to those times when the original black and white ones were made, and kind of like show how they do kind of intertwine a little bit, and then fast forward because they are the dead, they're not going to age, and now we're in present time. Something. Give us some substance to it instead of just another Mummy movie, another one of these. And don't put Tom Cruise in your leading role. And I'm not hating on him. I just think that he was more of a distraction than he did help the film. Everyone thought, oh, this is a Tom Cruise movie, So, yeah. So, Shape of Water won Best Picture. Congratulations, Guillermo del Toro. I've seen most of Shape of the Water. I haven't seen it all. It's good. I wouldn't say it's... What am I trying to say? Okay, Shape of Water is
You would have picked 3 Billboards.
No, maybe
That's the one you would have picked.
Probably, because Shape of Water is not something for everybody.
No.
Nobody wants to see a mute woman fucking a fish.
No.
Man. A fish man. So, that you can't really sell that movie to, like, my parents. It's too fantasy. It's too horror. It's too drama. I mean, like, it's great for somebody like me. I love it. But it's not to a wide audience. It's for a certain set of audience. And great movie though, great, very very well done. Visually, actors, everything. Best Supporting Actor went to Sam Rockwell, which was 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and that I'm so glad he got something for that. That's long overdue. Sam Rockwell.
I love Sam Rockwell.
Man, he is awesome.
I mean, heck, 7 Psychopaths.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie didn't do the greatest, but I mean,
he's in that. I've never seen it.
Yeah, 7 Psychopaths. It's him and crap, I just
Christopher.
had a brain fart. No, the Irish dude.
I know he did the.
God, why can't I think of him? Yeah, it's Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
It was Sam Rockwell and Colin Farrell. It was them two. They
Really?
were best friends. Yes.
Oh man, I need to watch that now.
I've got it on Blu-ray at the house.
Damn, I need to watch that now.
It is great.
I remember you talking about back then, but I didn't know Sam Rockwell was in it.
Yeah, he's the best person in it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he kills it. Everything that he does, from the Green Mile to now.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Yep. Oh man, I need
Precious.
Yep. You need to let me borrow that.
Precious is in it. She's Woody Harrelson's dog sitter.
Damn.
It's all about Sam Rockwell dog naps Woody Harrelson's dog, and he's like the mobster leader.
Damn. Yeah, Sam Rockwell, he's amazing. I would say Sam Rockwell and Ben Foster are two of my favorite actors. I would love to see them team up in a movie. Maybe like Criminals movie, you know, like they're brothers doing some shit across town or something. I don't know. Anything. Just put them on screen. I'll watch it. Best actor went to Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour. I have not watched it yet. You know, they put all that makeup on him.
Yeah, me neither. It doesn't even look like him.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. But he's a great actor.
Oh, yeah, Gary Oldman's a great actor.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember watching it. There was an interview that they had with him where he forgot his own accent. He forgot how to talk his normal way because he's done so many roles using American accents, you know, British accents, Irish. He's changed his accent so many times and has done so many different accents that when he went to talk normal, it was a blend of different accents.
Yeah.
He had to go to a speech therapist to get his voice back.
Wow, I didn't even know that. I just remember True Romance, him playing that. You seen that? Where he played the ghetto thug at the beginning and he got shot up.
Yeah, you
man,
showed me that.
he killed it, man. So best actress went to Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards. Another great pick because she it's great. You haven't seen 3 Billboards yet, have you?
And you know, no, I have not.
Yeah.
But she's one of them people that they show that's an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
That has appeared in a Transformers movie.
Was she?
Dark of the Moon. She was like the agent that was over.
She sure was.
The Autobots and stuff. She was over. She was like the government trying to push their authority on.
I got you.
The Autobots.
I think I remember her now. Yeah.
So she was kind of the villain in the movie.
Yeah. Best supporting actress went to Allison Janney. I think I'm pronouncing that right. For I, Tonya. She did a terrific job.
See, I don't know what that is.
I, Tonya, about Tonya Harding. The figure skater.
I think I've seen
great
maybe something. I know who Tonya Harding is, and I know what happened with that. And I mean, now her life is delegated to freaking True TV's World Dumbest commentator. Yeah. But I mean, I know what happened with her and Nancy Kerrigan and stuff. But I don't know. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Which, real quick, in my opinion, Oscar stuff like that is a lot of artsy movies. And only a few of them would probably be movies I would actually watch. Some of these I would, in my personal opinion, would consider garbage.
These aren't artsy though.
Some of these,
is it?
Well, I mean, some of these are just movies I would not get into personally. Like movies I think that did great, had great action, kept me entertained, made me escape my life into their life. Is a lot of movies that they're not going to. Yeah. They're not gonna.
Yeah.
Award.
Well, I mean, 3 Billboards. You're not gonna think that it's not.
Well, like Manchester by the Sea.
It's slow movie.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was one of the worst damn movies I ever watched in my life.
Really? I didn't think it was that bad.
I mean, Casey Affleck won for his role, and I thought he did a terrible job.
It was a very depressing movie. He just
seemed out of it, and some of his lines seemed phoned in. Like, he just seemed out of it. He did not do that great to me.
Yeah.
Like, and the story was dumb. It was not a good story. It had a lot of heartache in it, a lot of negativity, and at the end was still negativity. Like, you accomplished nothing with your story. There was nothing you accomplished.
I didn't like how it ended.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. The ending, you just accomplished nothing. There was no point to the story.
It had great
No point.
It had great acting, but other than that, it
didn't
didn't have anything that like connected you. Like it didn't have anything that. It's a one-time watch.
That's just my tangent on some of these movies. It's like that. It won. It got some awards, and it's not my taste. I'm a layman when it comes to movies. I love Fast and Furious. I love Avengers. I love Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Justice League, even though people hate on that. I love Last Witcher with Vin Diesel. Just watched that the other day again.
Yeah.
I'm that type of movie goer.
Yeah.
These artsy movies and people talk, the camera angles or this and that or the drama or the dialogue. I don't care. I'll watch it to escape my...
Honestly, everyone's saying that this is probably one of the more diverse Oscar years because we actually got something that had like a heart.
See, I want to see
Edge
I do want to see Shape of Water.
yeah.
I do want to see that one.
That you can't believe that something like that
and
won.
3 Billboards I do want to see because Woody Harrelson's in it and
it's
stuff
got
like that.
it's like
Sam
a
Rockwell.
black comedy. It's got that Fargo comedy, you know.
See, this year with those movies does make me feel like those are movies I do want to watch.
Yeah.
They're not so, they're so artsy movies that the majority of us, like some of these movies they pick in previous years, are movies the minority are going to watch. Like the majority of us are not going to watch these weird, fancy, artsy movies.
Right. So I mean, like a lot of people.
But I'm stoked to see the 3 Billboards.
Yeah,
you've sold me on that.
Yeah, oh man, you got to see it. It's great. Sam Rockwell kills it. I, Tanya's great too. I had a great time watching I, Tanya. It had more comedy than I thought it would, but it kind of depicts domestic violence as comedy. That's what I was kind of like.
Kind of throwing a back
about. I was kind of like, it was great acting. It was a great drama. It was great everything. I was just kind of like.
But take such a serious problem and kind of make it into comedy.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Kind of have conflicting issues on it. It's like, no, that's not funny. That's not comedy. That's serious.
Right. So, writing adapted to screen, James Ivory for Call Me By Your Name. I have not seen it. Probably won't see it. It's not really making a whole bunch of money, but I hear nothing but great things about the movie. Armie Hammer's in it, and some unknown actor, I believe. But yeah, I don't know much about it, but it won. It won that. Best director was Guillermo del Toro for Shape of Water. Great director. I loved him and everything. I don't think there's one movie that I've seen that I did not enjoy of his. I mean, even with the Hellboys, they were great.
I liked them.
Yeah.
The one movie I have not finished to this day was Pan's Labyrinth.
I love it, dude.
Because it was subtitled, and I am not going to lie that when it came out, that was in my partying days, and I was really drunk or really stoned, and when I got really stoned and I have to sit there and read lines and try to concentrate with what's going on the screen, I fall asleep.
Well, I'm just saying, I loved it. I guess I didn't watch it in that state, but it was such a good movie, man. It was almost like Alice in Wonderland, but a dark version.
It looked cool, and I saw parts of it that were cool, but the beginning's kind of dialogue heavy, and it not being dubbed.
Yeah.
In English and only subtitles, you have to read a lot at the beginning.
There's another one called The Orphanage I never watched.
And it's like one of those movies you need to watch twice. You need to watch it once to get all the dialogue in, and then watch it again to see all the visuals. Because there were parts that I was missing, some cool looking stuff, because I was stuck reading what they were saying while it was going on.
Well, the subtitles didn't really bother me. And most movies, they don't bother me. But yeah, Guillermo del Toro, terrific. I don't have high hopes for this new Pacific Rim 2 movie with him not being attached to it. It might be okay.
I still want to see it.
It looks like Power Rangers with robots.
I'm probably not going to see it in theaters. I'll wait till Redbox, but I still want to see it.
Yeah,
I mean, I liked the first one. I mean, I hate, he's not attached to it. The main character's not even freaking attached to it from the first one.
It's like Idris Elba's son, which is the guy from Star Wars. Yeah.
But like, dude from Sons of Anarchy's not in it. Like, it's like Idris Elba, all of them people just. You've cut out all the main characters, and now you injected these younger people. I mean, it's supposed to be in the future, so I mean, I get that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm still anything that has huge robots piloted by humans fighting some huge ass otherworldly beasts.
One thing that I could say positive from watching the trailers is that I see a lot of the fight scenes are during the day.
Mm-hmm. The graphics look amazing. The lighting looks awesome. I mean, the explosions, the light work on the robots, it all looks good. In
the first one, all the fights took place mainly at night. Except for that one flashback scene.
A lot of the CGI.
Yeah, and I was like, you see neons from the buildings and stuff like that, but it was like in the ocean or at night or during the buildings. I was like, no, I want to see some daytime action.
Yeah, and this is in the city.
Yeah.
In the city in daytime.
Yeah.
Busting into buildings. But, I mean, technology is a lot better now. Yeah. I mean, even that shorter distance technology is a hell of a lot better now to where I think they can, by the trailers, it looks like they're doing a good job. If they can maintain that with a good story, then you've got a decent movie that's going to make some money and be okay.
Yeah.
But if it's just cool-ass fight scenes with a shitty-ass story and stupid acting, then it's gonna be
This looks like it's gonna be a little bit more cheesier than the first one. I'm not gonna lie.
I just hope it's more. I mean, more action, more. I mean,
Yeah.
it's huge robots. You
Yeah.
can't, I mean,
I'd like to see Ron Perlman make a comeback because he survived after the credits. You see him come out of that monster.
Yeah.
Remember he got ate up and then he came out. Thought that was cool.
but I mean, it's pretty much there was this anime Gundam, and this is like a Gundam movie.
Yeah.
In a way, it's a dude's
Yeah.
piloting beasts or piloting robots.
I would like to see, because it's all with the same company, this tie into King Kong versus Godzilla. Think about that. They got King Kong, they're making another Godzilla, and then the next one.
Just think if the kaijus fuck up the robots.
Yeah.
Humans fail. Robots get destroyed, or maybe the main one or two are the only that survive.
Yeah.
And they have to lure Kong and Godzilla to fight the kaiju.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you've got Kong, Godzilla, and one or two of these robots, or maybe just one robot kind of assisting, but you have to bring in Kong and Godzilla to fight to save humanity.
Yeah.
From the kaiju.
Yeah.
Like, let them kaiju fuck all these other robots up. Like, you just get the main character's robots, the only one left. And then the brains behind the operation are like, hey, we need some help. Let's get these creatures.
Yeah.
These people, the kaijus are from another planet.
Yeah.
Godzilla and Kong are going to fight them because they're protecting their planet.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I would just like to see that. I mean, that would be another moneymaker right there. Even they do King Kong versus Godzilla, and then maybe something like that leads up to like, Pacific Rim world meets with King Kong, Godzilla.
Or have the Pacific Rim, the robot, just distract the kaiju. Have the kaiju follow them to Godzilla and Kong.
It has to cross their mind.
Yeah,
they're in the same studio.
You have Kong and Godzilla duking it out, and then all of a sudden here comes Pacific Rim dude with the kaijus, and they quit fighting to go fight this bastard.
Yeah.
And kick this freaking beast ass, and then let them go back to fighting.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's so many different takes you can do with that, and that would be amazing.
Yeah. And then you got
awesome.
These big monster movies are on a rise right now. Rampage is coming out.
And like you said, it could be all in the same universe. Like now you have connected all these, so you can still do a separate Kong, a separate Godzilla, a separate Pacific Rim. But if you connect all of them in that way, now you can have them, each one have a separate movie and then have a clash movie, like Avengers, like the Marvels. Yeah. They have separates and they come together and clash, and they have separates and they come together.
Well, that's what they said. They want a shared universe, so why wouldn't they do it this way?
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
And the monsters.
Yeah. So that's where we're at with that. Next is original score is Shape of Water from Alexandra Desplat. Best animated film was Coco. That wasn't any surprise because everybody raves about
it. I'm waiting on a time to watch it with my daughter.
Yeah, everyone's raving about it. It's good.
I think it might be this evening, actually.
My wife likes it more than I do. It's decent. Great visuals, great story, everything. I think I'm more into like a Toy Story and stuff like that, like more.
I love Toy Story.
Yeah,
Toy Story was awesome.
Yeah.
I still have not brought myself to watch the third one because I heard how sad it is.
It's good, man.
That I have not brought myself to watch it.
Oh, you need to watch that, man.
It's one of those ones I've kind of put off because everybody's telling me how sad it was, and it's like, shoot, I don't want.
It's just near the end.
Yeah, but I still don't want my memory of Toy Story to be something sad like that.
No, it's a good sad.
Oh, okay.
It's a good sad. But they're talking about making us Toy Story 4, so
yeah.
They
didn't make another Toaster of a movie. What was that one?
Yeah, Brave Little Toaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I loved those as a kid.
Yeah.
And it was him and
John Lovitz was the toaster.
And he had the electric heating blanket, and then there was the vacuum cleaner and the air conditioner, and
they should, man.
Oh, dude, that was such a great movie.
Yeah, it was. Or a remake of Rockadoodle.
Yeah.
Rockadoodle was awesome back in the day.
Yeah, when he was Elvis, right? No, Elvis. Like it was. The rooster that was like Elvis.
Yeah, it was like and Chanticleer.
Yep, Chanticleer, and it had the boy. It would cut back into real life stuff, and then go back.
It was kind of like that came out, and then Page Master came out. It was like real life, and he got sucked into this cartoonish kind of world.
Page Master, is that Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah. I kind of like that. If they did a remake of Page Master, I think that would be pretty. Christopher Walken was the librarian.
See, I wish they would do a remake of Never Ending Story. I love Never Ending Story. I mean, the world's already built for you. The creature's already made. with modern technology and shit.
Yeah.
Like, make that awesome.
What's hard with that, because it's also with like these Jim Henson movies like Labyrinth and Dark Crystal and stuff like that. It's like they don't want to touch it because it's so
It's
timely.
a classic, yeah.
It's just with that.
But that world is so amazing, and the nothingness, and like,
Those were such great stories that today's kids need to experience.
Yes,
because it was,
but they're not going to based off the dated.
Right, they're gonna say, I'm not gonna watch
graphics
that.
and shit, yeah.
But yeah, so that Coco won Best Anime Movie, Best Original Screenplay, Get Out by Jordan Peele. Good film. I wouldn't say it was the greatest. Have you seen Get Out yet?
That was on the other day, but I caught it kind of 30, 45 minutes in, and I turned it because I want to see it from the beginning. But isn't that where it's a mixed couple goes to see her parents?
Yeah.
So I never understood that as being, how's that a thriller horror? Like, that's...
Yeah, I don't want to tell you anything. You just need to watch it.
Is that kind of the twist? Because, I mean, they don't quite reveal that too well in the trailer.
No, they don't want to.
And then, like, I've heard from other people, well, it's kind of a thriller horror.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
The third act turns it into a horror.
I was like, the trailers don't show that. Like, it's just like, she's dating a black guy, they go to her family, and all of a sudden you find out they're racist bigots, and they don't like him. Like,
right.
That's all you find out. And I thought it was just his struggle. Like, the way the trailers made it feel is that I felt like I was going to watch a movie where it was his struggle to win them over. Or
it's kind of got a mix with,
mind.
like, the Desperate... not Desperate Housewives. What is that?
There's a twist where she lured him there just so the whole family could kill his ass. It's going to be crazy.
You need to watch it.
Okay.
You need to watch it. I'm telling you. It's got more comedy than you would think, too. It's good.
It's made by
It's a good movie, but I really think it's a little overhyped. People love this movie. But I'm not going to lie. I've watched it a couple times.
It wasn't as good as what you... it wasn't as good as what some people were making it out to be.
I'm not going to say it's not. I guess it's good for the times. I guess that's why it's winning shit. But I've seen better stuff. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. This year. I've seen better stuff. I think Split was amazing the way it was.
Well, you've got to think, for one, the Oscars said they wanted to diversify. So, I mean, and y'all do not take this the wrong way. This is not what I mean. But when they want to talk about diversifying, if there is this movie that is up for debate or versus they look at their roster and they're like, all right, well, all these movies are made by white people, all these movies are made by black people, all these movies are made by Hispanics. Once they start pulling too many people's names out of this pool of people, they're going to start saying, all right, well, we've got to pick from these other pools. And that's what I don't like is now you have relegated your voting process is based on the color of the people in the movies or directors' skins. Like, you have now made it a racial issue where it didn't need to be. If this person's movie was better than this person's, then fine, it's better. But then you're going to hurt people's feelings by saying, oh, there are too many black people that won. There are too many white people that won. So let's diversify it. Which, when you make that statement, let's diversify it, means that this person's movie probably would have won, but because they are a white person, a black person, or a Hispanic person, sorry, we got too many of those. We've got to pick someone else.
People get offended real too easy nowadays, and maybe
it's just the way I read it. Like,
I'm just saying that, like, honestly, Shape of Water is a good pick. I think it should have been nominated. I don't think it should have won. I think that I think that Three Billboards should have won, or another film that didn't even get nominated.
But it was a Hispanic director.
Right.
I mean.
Right.
Just like Get Out was an African American.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's just
they had a great lineup this year. I think it was amazing.
But I'm just saying, I feel like when you get to saying, when you bring out, we want to diversify, then that means some people that probably should have won aren't going to win because of the color of their skin, and that is, at its basis, racism.
Yeah.
Even if that person that didn't get it was white, that's still racism. Like, you need to base it off the work.
Yeah.
Not the color of the people's skins that did it.
Yeah. Another film that should have at least been nominated for something.
Oh, yes.
Only the Brave.
Love that movie.
Where was that at the Oscars?
Dude,
my goodness.
I cried my eyes out. It took me from one end of the spectrum to the other. That is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Great character development all the way through it. great story all the way through it, and the payoff at the end, it was just like, oh my god, it was devastating.
I mean, me and you, our eye, we don't always meet eye to eye on some of these movies. You tell me, this is a great movie, and I watch it, and I'm like, dude, I didn't like it, that sucked. But this movie was one that you told me that was awesome. Like, I mean, it is up there with one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. I would say, if that movie would have came
amazing.
out around closer to Titanic's era,
Oh, yeah.
man, I think it would have got much more recognition.
Miles Teller is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he is the leading actor of this generation. He can do comedy. He can do drama. He can do action. He has done it all. He needs some bigger, more prominent
He needs a new
roles.
He needs agent.
Well, he needs to be the main actor in some of these movies.
Yeah. Well, he kind of was in this one. Josh Brolin and him.
Oh,
probably,
yeah. But I meant he needs more. Like, I mean, the Virgin Allegiance series, he was like the kind of smart ass.
Yeah.
Supporting actor.
Whiplash, he was
was the main, but that was kind of more indie film. Like, I mean, that wasn't big budget knockout movie. Like, I mean,
and
the one he was the Fantastic Four, and I still appreciate that movie for what it was.
It had some great things about it, but I see other people's problems with it. They should have just stuck with the tone and went with it. That's the only problem. They stuck with that just darker tone. The beginning was great, and the Doctor Doom part at the end was great. Those are two things that stick out to me.
I mean, I can't wait to see him in a dominant role to stick with. Like, he's gonna knock it out of the park.
Oh man, it's coming. If no one's seen Only the Brave, check it out because that deserves some love too. That should have been on somewhere at the Oscars. Moving on, best cinematographer, Blade Runner 2049. That's good. I'd say that's a pretty. It did have great cinematography. I haven't finished it all the way.
Awesome graphics. I haven't finished all the way either.
I couldn't get into the older one that much. I can't finish it for some reason.
I loved it. I mean, I can see it is dated. It is very dated when you go back. Even the funny thing is, watching the 4K version, the one that y'all got, like the better one, kind of shows that shit even worse. Like, I mean, whenever you're watching, they're flying in a car. It just makes the boxiness and the fakeness of the building stick out even more, being in a higher detail. But for its time, you take yourself back to those times. That was some great stuff, and I mean, you get over it, but it is long. It is drawn out. It is. I mean, it's a cult classic. It did not do well when it came out. Yeah,
neither did this one. Oh shit! I need a pop top. You got a pop top?
No, I do not.
All right, I'll wait. Anyways, so yeah. Also, best visual effects, Blade Runner 2049. This is where I have a mix-up with.
Well, see, to me, it has some great looking visual effects in the stuff I looked.
Okay, all right, great. But should we take a break?
No, I was getting poked in my pocket by my ink juice.
Oh,
I was getting violated.
A thing about the visual effects, great visual effects. Okay, we can say that. But who should have won? War for the Planet of the Apes. Whenever I'm watching a movie and I can't even tell it's special effects, that is special effects. See,
I haven't seen a lot of War Planet of the Apes, but
no, that should have won, man, hands down. Because when I'm looking at Blade Runner 2049, I'm like, that's a special effects. It looks good, but it's a special effects.
But they do a lot more with the special effects in that movie.
In 10 years, that's gonna look dated. The Planet of the Apes movie. Have you even seen War for the Planet?
I've only seen bits and pieces, but at the same time,
it looks amazing.
But what I brought up earlier, artsy fartsy shit. Like,
that's not artsy. War for the Planet Apes?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
the other movie,
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner 2049 is a more artistic movie.
Yeah.
That appeals to the audience that judges this shit.
Yeah.
War for the Planet of the Apes was not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. This more artsy fartsy movies. Blade Runner was one of those artistic movies. It was one that was set out to do what it was going to do, and these people voted based on that. Like,
yeah, I feel like they had to give it something in here, and I just, I don't know.
I can't wait to see it, but I bet the new one is probably still long and drawn out like the first one.
What?
Blade Runner 2049. I'm sure it's drawn out just like the first one is.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It starts off great.
And I enjoy that world. And I would love a video game to be in that world. That would be amazing to have a Blade Runner video game. And I can't wait to finish the movie. I just haven't had time to sit down and finish it.
They do have a video game that's got that style. It's coming out.
They got an indie game. Yeah. Yeah, that's got that style. And then I've also heard that Altered Carbon on Netflix has that same Blade Runner style to it, and it's kind of, I guess, appeals to more people than Blade Runner 2049 did.
It starts off. Watch the first episode because I've only seen the first episode.
It's got the new RoboCop in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember his name, but Suicide Squad, RoboCop dude.
Yeah.
He's in it. I think he's a good actor. I do like him. See the movie Run All Night?
Yep, he's the son of Liam Neeson.
I mean, he does a good job, and I really can't wait to watch it, but
you'll like it.
There's just, between games, movies, shows, there's just too much and not enough time.
Oversaturated as hell right now.
Y'all tell your friends, family, watch all these movies so you two can pay us so I can spend time to watch all this shit.
Yes.
Working a full-time job and a family, I don't have enough time.
Yep. Hold on to your youth. Best editing, Dunkirk. Best sound mixing is Dunkirk.
See, I haven't watched Dunkirk.
I haven't either.
I have a friend.
I have it.
I have a friend that works with me, an older man with a very closed mind. He likes himself some burgers with no cheese. I mean, he's a very old Southern redneck
stuck
guy.
in his ways.
Yes. Just one of those classical Southern redneck people. And he's got that accent. But he watched it and he's like, man, that movie sucked. I didn't like that movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And I was like, man, I watched the trailer. The trailer looked awesome. And he's like, man, it's just watching one guy on a boat the whole time. And he's like, I'm like, what? And, you know, and it's just like, he tried to tell me about it. And I'm like, well, I don't think me and you are into the same kind of movies.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know who you're talking about. But basically, I hear the negative about the film. The film is shot great, sounds great, puts you in the moment of this war.
Tom Hardy.
But it doesn't. You don't grasp onto one character or anybody. It's kind of jumps.
Yeah, just from like Tom Hardy in the plane, and then who's the guy that plays Scarecrow? Batman, but he's the one on the boat that the family picks up. The family, like, it end up being a family, and like a father and his kids are going out to pick up these people, these soldiers, and bring them back. They're like ferrying soldiers from this capsized ship, and they want to go back to help, and the Scarecrow guy's freaking out, no, I don't want to go back. And you got Tom Hardy up in the air, freaking shooting airplanes down, and it's like, it does seem like it jumps from like, here's the beach, here's people in the water, here's people in the air, here's people, like, it seems
I feel like it was more of a challenge piece for Christopher Nolan to see what he could do with sounding, with visuals, and all that kind of stuff. You know, I do too. Is it gonna be like something like Saving Private Ryan or even Hacksaw? Have you seen Hacksaw Ridge?
Hacksaw Ridge is by far one of my favorite war movies. It is dark. It is gritty. It is not for the faint of heart.
No, it isn't.
It is not for kids. It does put you like you were really
shows
in
the horror
war. Yes,
of war.
It shows the negativity, not the action and the glorified. Oh, this guy's a hero.
Yeah.
This guy got shot and he got a little red dot. A little red dot of blood, and that. No, it shows guts, gore, limbs. It shows you the horror. It shows you the realistic view.
And a fantastic story.
And the fact that this man did not and refused to carry a gun into battle.
Right. He was there to save lives, not kill them.
He would not. He was a medic and refused to even take a handgun, anything. He took no weapons.
Yeah. He wanted everybody
you
else.
can even look it up on Wikipedia. I don't want to run the movie, but it is very factual. This is not
I feel like a lot of people
loosely based on true story. This is a very meticulously based on a true story.
Yeah.
He saved 79
Say what
lives.
you want about Mel Gibson, but he is amazing filmmaker.
What was the other one he came out with?
Braveheart.
The subtitled one.
Apocalypto?
Apocalypto.
Man, that was we need a new release for that.
Because it came out, Apocalypto came out, and then 10,000 BC came out.
Oh, yeah, fuck
and
that,
I couldn't even finish 10,000 BC, but even I just hated Pan's Labyrinth for the subtitles. But Apocalypto didn't have that many. Like, you read a few subtitles, and then you watched 15, 20 minutes of shit, and then another 3-4 minutes subtitles, and 10, 15 minutes of shit.
Oh, man.
That movie did it perfect to where when I'm reading these subtitles, there isn't anything going on.
Right.
When something's going on and you want my eye drawn to that action, drawn to what is happening, you're not making me read.
my wife Liz is still to this day hasn't seen Apocalypto, and I keep telling her you gotta watch. But I'm waiting for a new release. I want to see that movie like in 4K or something. Like that movie is amazing.
It was great.
But a lot of people did not go see Hacksaw Ridge just because Mel Gibson directed it. Because
I know another group of people that aren't religious didn't want to go see it because it was based on this dude and his faith. When you try to tell people that's not.
As that must have been the wind.
But that was not. Yes, the dude is strong in his religious faith. He is a Christian, and that's why he does not want to carry these firearms. And he prays, and it shows that in the film.
Yeah.
But that's not the dominant story.
Right.
That sets up his reasoning as to why he doesn't want to carry a gun. But when you're up in that battle and you're up in that fight and stuff's going and everything's going to hell, that's not the main center focus. It's not. Let me shove my religion down your throat. So for people that aren't religious or feel like it's a religious piece to shove down your throat, it's not.
No,
Get past that.
Yeah.
And watch this movie. It is for everyone. It just
everything else, every other religion is accepted except for Christianity.
Yeah, but this just gives
it's just a movie.
No, I mean everybody gets hated on. Every religion gets hated on, not just Christianity. But I mean it's just for people that feel like this they thought this movie was jamming religion down your throat. Is not. It sets up the reasoning why he doesn't want to carry a gun. That's it. That's it. And then it goes on about its business.
Then you're put in the heart of war. First you're in basic training. Mm-hmm. Then you're in the heart of war. And that's what I love.
And he's a scrawny ass little kid.
And I love movies that start off where you're in basic training. I want to see this guy get recruited, go through basic training. I don't want to see it just brushed over.
Gets made fun of, gets beat up, I mean, brutalized.
I mean, we're talking about what, Full Metal Jacket or whatever?
Yep.
I mean, like, man, give me the basic training.
What was that?
Give me the war.
Shoot, that's not the one, is it? The one with Colin Farrell.
The one with Colin Farrell is...
man, Tiger something. There was a movie I watched where it was Colin Farrell in a war movie. And they had the whole... Dang. You can go ahead and mention your stuff real quick.
Well, so basically that's it. That's all I got to talk about. That's basically the big wins for the Oscars. Sorry for the rant. We go off topic a little bit. We, kind of start brainstorming. Tigerland. Never seen it.
Tigerland. It goes 7 out of 10 on IMDb, but it's a group of recruits go through advanced infantry training at Fort Polk, Louisiana's infamous Tigerland, last stop before Vietnam.
Huh.
So what you just said, it is about them at basic training.
Cool.
That is the basis of the movie, is what they go through in basic training, and it came out in 2000.
Wow, I need to see that. I've never seen that. Tigerland.
Yeah, I watched it. It was a great movie.
Okay, I need to look that up. But yeah, I guess that's it for What's Brewing. This is Destin,
Martin.
And we'll see you again next Friday.
A little different.
We don't know about next Friday. Everybody's on spring break. We might be too busy next Friday, but we will pick up the Friday after that. In between there, I will have some videos up on my channel, so don't worry. So if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button.
I know I do look a little different. The bushiness is gone. I have trimmed up. I've also thought about maybe doing some, few game reviews here and there of some stuff I am playing and stuff like that. Just little 5-10 minute snippets on my phone, recording little game reviews, give you some knowledge on some of the stuff I've been playing throughout the week. So that might be popping up soon too. Yeah. He's gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna do some stuff. We're just gonna throw it out there. We're also talking about doing like different segments. Try to add some segments into the show, and once we get some more people, commenting, subscribing, liking, sending us feedback. We want to add that into the segments, but also, what we've been playing, or just some certain segments. If you have a suggestion, send it our way. We will be more than happy to add your suggestions as a segment into our shows. Right. So, just stick around, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share button, all that good stuff, and we'll see y'all next Friday or the Friday after. So, all right, guys. This is Destination Station. What's Brewing? Peace.